Hello, Lego fans, and welcome into a brand new episode of the Brick Hour podcast. I am JJ, otherwise known as Langster Builds on Instagram,
I am Cameron, otherwise known as Cameron Studios.
and we are here today to have a very interesting, thought-provoking topic. Um,
Yeah.
we are today going to be discussing the perception versus reality of the Lego Ambassador Network and the creators that are in the Ambassador Network. Um, Before we get into that, though,
Yeah, because there's just gonna be a lot to get into.
there's going to be a lot to get into. And this is a much more serious video that we're doing regarding recent events in the community, and we'll get into that in a minute.
Let's get the fun out of the way.
Before we get into that, Cam, what are you building this week?
What are we building? I'm actually been able to build some stuff because they're small. So to start off, I didn't really want these, but I'm trying to collect every single brickheads. Not the biggest fan, but I built the Wicked.
You watched the movie yet?
I'm not going to. It's not my thing. I'm not really into musicals. I'm not the hugest fan of Ariana Grande.
I will tell you what. I'm not
I,
a musical fan either. Give it a shot. It was actually really good.
Eh. But yeah, great building techniques for both of them. I love the wand for Glinda,
Hmm.
but like great techniques. It's great because I'm trying to get back to building my Series 3, so it's giving me some more ideas on how to build some. And then I also built I am blank Luna and the
Oh, the Hippogriff.
hip no, that's Buckbeak. I can't remember the name. Shame on me.
Oh my God. I know what that is.
The
I'm zoning out on it also. The
festival
Thestral.
Festral.
Thestral.
So great techniques on both of them. I love the way that they did the legs on this and the wings.
Yeah.
And Luna was a bit different in the sense of like they did like her bag on the outside, which I hadn't really seen before. They moved this is the first time I've seen the arm moved forward. Like usually with the brick head,
Ooh, that's interesting.
usually it's like more in the center,
Oh, what the heck?
but like it's moved forward so she can hold the apple. Like that's the first time I'm seeing it. And I'm in the
Interesting.
process of building the other brick heads. I'm not showing them because they're not done. They're doing the same thing. So like that kind of opens a door for more customizability with other brickheads that I could build in the future.
Hmm.
Because, like, perfect example, I had Hades, and his arms were a little wonky, so I had to put the fire in them, but it didn't look right because of how I displayed it. But now that this is sort of, quote,
Legal.
legal or canon in brickheads now, I could theoretically do that with future brickheads on my own. So, like, I'm liking the different techniques I'm seeing within brickheads. Like I've said this before, there's no single brickhead that has the same interior skeleton. And
Mhm.
it's just another example how it's starting to affect the exterior now. And I think that's awesome. And I can't wait to take the new techniques I've learned to apply to future brickheads of my own.
That will be cool.
So that's what I've been building. JJ, I know what you've been building. Why don't you show everyone else what you've been building?
Ooh, yeah. So before I get to that, because I went and got it today, I did finish building something yesterday.
Mhm.
So actually, first of all, if you're not following me on Instagram, do that because I've been going through and showing off a lot of the sets that I've been piecing back together through the bulk lot that I got. By the time this episode is recorded, I've released two reels on Instagram,
Yes.
talking about the oh my God, what was that thing again?
Sith?
Yeah, the Rogue Shadow,
Yeah.
sorry, and Joker's Funhouse from 2013.
Yeah, you want to give that to
They're
me, right?
absolutely not. There will be another one later this week too, but something else that I recently finished building and also posted into Instagram at the time of this video's release, at least, is the Incredibile.
Ah.
This is a model I found on Rebrickable, and I will make sure to link the. I totally forget the guy's name. I should have done my research and had that written down before I started recording, but research for later took priority. This
Mm.
is an outstanding build. This looks so good. The sand blue looks like, look at the eye in there. Oh, love it. The Incredible is one of my favorite movie cars ever, so the fact that I finally now have it is really exciting. And speaking of big things that have come out recently, I went today and picked up Arkham Asylum on day one, the new superheroes modular building. Very excited to have it. I am still working on building it, so I'll show off more of it next week. But for
How
this
far are
week,
you?
I'm to bag 14.
Okay.
So I'm about halfway done, or getting to the halfway point. But for this week, I do have the Arkham Asylum ambulance, which I think of all of the Arkham Asylum ambulances we have gotten
Oh.
so far, I think this one is the best.
Well, it should be. It's the newest one.
That doesn't new doesn't always mean better.
It should have the
It's
best
very
techniques.
large. I mean, there's no doors, which I don't really care about that. Door in the back, plenty of room to get the stretcher out to fit that. The same
Okay.
design from the 2013 Arkham Asylum.
Can
Um,
someone drive the ambulance though? Like I
Yes,
know there's no doors.
there are two seats inside. You can take the roof off.
Oh,
There
okay.
are two seats inside of this you can put into. And
Okay.
one of the little Easter eggs that I really love, and this is something that we've known about the set for a while, is that the number on top of the ambulance, the 7785, that is the set number for the 2007 Arkham Asylum. So that's really cool. And the
Oh.
building technique to get this whole front grille and the headlights installed, like that's a basically a 2x2 L-shaped tile turned on its side.
Hmm.
The only downside is Mother of the Lord. There are so many freaking stickers in this. There's 65 stickers. So if you don't like stickers, maybe pass on this one. But it looks beautiful so far. The build has been a lot of fun. Minifigures are great so far. So yeah,
Yeah,
that
thanks for rubbing off that you got the light blue air tank.
for reference, just so everybody knows. When I got to the bag that had Mr. Freeze, I sent Cam a picture of me holding the little light blue air tank for the spaceman in my hand, and then proceeded to send him the GIF of Bob the Glob from Monsters vs. Aliens doing the with the Jello in front of the reporter at the end of the movie. So
It's just not fair.
buy the set, you'll have
I'm
it.
not buying a $300+ set for one piece. We've already discussed this with the Dream set. I'm not spending $100 to buy for two pieces. I'm not gonna buy a
Well,
$300 set for one piece.
I'm curious to see what the value of that part of this part now is on Bricklink. We'll have to look that up later.
The Earth Blue one's like $40.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, they're pricey.
Shut up.
Um,
Back
and
on a
there is
serious
no
note.
extra.
Of course not.
So on a more serious note,
Yes.
let's let's begin with this.
Yeah.
So
So
go ahead, go ahead.
no, I mean,
I'll, I'll,
I think the main reason that this episode happened is because just to kind of give like background to everybody was a release or the reveal of the Lego Death Star, the new the Death Star
mhm,
retailing for $999.99, whereas everyone's been saying the first $1,000 set.
mhm.
That has sparked a not conversation because nobody's really talking to each other. It's
In outrage, I would
yeah,
say.
pretty much an outrage, and it's coming from both ends. You got fans complaining versus people from the land, and like we just kind of wanted to bring into the conversation, like actually have a conversation about it of what's happening, because there's negativity on both sides, and I feel like perception on both sides is kind of blurred, and the reality everyone's losing sight of it. And so like the Lego Death Stars kind of was like the straw on the camel's back that kind of made everybody like start yelling and like not having a conversation.
So effectively, what's been happening, if you've been living under a rock or just aren't really that familiar with what's going on in the Lego community itself,
Hmm.
this past Thursday, like last Thursday, when the Death Star, the Ultimate Collector Series 2025 Death Star, when that set was revealed officially, shortly after the live stream in which that set was revealed, a lot of members of the Lego Ambassador Network posted they had been sent the set for free. They had, there was reviews up and all kinds
Hmm.
of stuff. And their reviews instantaneously were just, the comment sections were just filled with hate.
Hmm.
From fans that were upset that these creators were reviewing and even recommending in some cases this set that a lot of people in the community do not care for.
Yeah.
Do not care for the design of, don't care for how Lego designed it and constructed it and the design choices that were made because it is not what a lot of people wanted. They are upset that there are members of the Ambassador Network who are basically giving their recommendation to that set for that set.
Hmm.
Um, Mostly due in part to the fact that they were sent the set for free and effectively did not have to spend their own money to get it. And there is this perception looming that the Ambassador Network people who are saying buy this are only saying it because they are in the Ambassador Network and were sent the set for free. That is where this whole issue is stemming
Hmm.
from. And of course, as they should, there are members of the land who are responding to these criticisms quite harshly in some cases and defensively, which I don't blame them.
No.
Now, before we start, there's a couple things that I want to make sure we
Yes.
here at the
Hmm.
Brick Hour make abundantly clear. Number one, this is not a hit piece.
No,
We are not going to sit here and say that XYZ creators suck because they went out here and didn't say, don't buy the Death Star.
no.
If they said buy the Death Star, I firmly believe that means, and we both here
Yeah.
firmly believe that they think we should buy the Death Star because they think it is worth $1,000.
As long as they provided like backup essentially, like they didn't just say buy the set, they actually
If
gave information on
if
why they
they did,
should, why they shouldn't.
if
Like
they made a
they thought about
review,
it.
if they made a review and said I like the set, you should get it too. That's enough for me. That's all that matters here. Number two, when you and I,
Hmm.
when we started the Brick
Yes.
Hour
Hmm.
over a year ago, our goal was never to get involved with community drama between
Exactly.
creators and reporting on stuff like that. We are specifically here to look at and do an in-depth, thought-provoking discussion into how the Lego community perceives the Ambassador Network
Hmm.
and the reality in which the Ambassador Network actually works from the information that is provided to us either by the Ambassador Network or by various creators themselves.
Hmm.
That's what we're doing.
Yeah, we want to take a closer look at it just because like as fans of Lego for as long as we both have, we feel like we have somewhat of a perspective, but like we don't have as much as others just because we're not in the Ambassador Network, so we're limited
Mhm.
on information with that. But with what we're witnessing on both sides, with the community being frustrated with the land members and the land members not fighting back, but like standing up for themselves, it's negativity going back and forth, and there's negative perceptions on both sides. We just want to take a closer look just to kind of have people actually have a conversation about it
Yes.
as opposed to yelling at each other and typing in all caps and
Yes.
reviews and everything. Like ultimately, I mean, the reason that you and me are friends is because of Lego and the
Correct.
positivity that we got out of Lego.
Mhm.
And the fact that we're seeing all this negativity, we understand that you can grow from negativity, but at the same time, it gets to a certain point where it's too far.
Yes. And final point that I want to make sure we make abundantly clear is we are not doing this for clout.
No.
Obviously, we are a smaller channel.
Hmm.
We are a grain of salt compared to other creators on the internet in
Yes.
the Lego space. We are not doing this as a way to try and be like, "Ooh, these guys are bringing up drama and calling out land members." No. We're doing this as a way to
Education.
educate and just
Eh,
talk about what's happening.
promote people to do their own research and like we just want people to talk about it. Just like have
We
a simple civil
I
conversation.
realistically want to prevent the herd mentality because
Yes.
I think that's what's happened here.
A herd/bully mentality, honestly.
Yeah.
Because one person
So,
does it and then they gang up on one person and like the bullied doesn't deserve it,
mhm,
but people should not be bullying and spouting all this hate for no reason because that's what happened. That's what I feel like that's a lot what's happening.
mhm.
People are just hating it to hate it, and there's
So
no point in that.
So let's start with the two main points that have come
Hmm.
out of this, one on either side of the table of
Yes.
the aisle here.
Hmm.
Effectively, the fan community is upset, very much so,
Yes.
because they believe that anybody that were received the set for free
Hmm.
is going to just say it's great because it was given to them for free.
Right.
On the flip side of that, the Ambassador Network is kind of countering back and a lot, well, not the network, certain creators are countering back with, we're just here making the stuff based off of these sets that we are gifted by the Lego company, the Lego
Right.
group themselves, and that certain people in the community feel as though some of these sentiments about people not liking the reviews are coming from a point of jealousy of
Yes.
you don't have it or can't afford it, therefore you are going to be mad that somebody that has it over you that you may not like or something like that.
Hmm.
You're just mad that you don't have it, so you're taking it out on those that do.
Yeah.
There are true points on either side here,
Yes.
and there are also falses on either side here.
Both sides are right and wrong in their own ways.
Correct.
The parts that they're right is not as shown because it's being overshadowed by their wrongs, I think. Like from a member of the Lego community not in LAN, I can understand the quote unquote jealousy of the land members because they do get sets for free.
Yes.
But at the same time, they didn't just get the set to get the set.
Hmm.
They had to work hard and apply to land or be reached out to land. I'm not sure what the process is,
They had to
honestly.
work hard making content,
They make
build their
content all the
following.
time. It's not like, say we weren't doing the podcast.
Mhm.
It's like saying, hey, give me the Death Star for free. That's not going to happen. You're not going
So,
to get some for
no.
free for doing nothing. Like, that's not how anything works. And in a
These,
sense, they're not doing it for free. Like, they're putting time and effort into making content to, in some creators' cases, give logical facts and information about the set that you wouldn't know unless you had the set in hand yourself. And if you
mhm,
can't, if you're on the bridge of do I buy it or I not buy it, you want to go to these reviews to get more information on it.
correct.
And that's what their quote unquote job is, honestly. Like that as a Lego content creator, they make all this information available to those who haven't bought the set yet
Mhm.
so that they can know if they want to buy the set.
So I want to look at I want to go kind of issue by issue here a little bit. So the first issue coming from the community side or
Hmm.
a large member of people in the community is you got it for free and you're saying it's great.
Hmm.
Therefore, you have become a mouthpiece for Lego. You are saying it's good because you, for some reason, feel as like you're part of the Ambassador Network, so you're saying it's good to keep the Ambassador Network and Lego happy, so you're allowed to keep getting free stuff. I'm sorry, there is literally no evidence at all to prove that. There's none.
There's not direct
You can
evidence.
infer it all you
Oh,
want
yeah.
based on how certain people behave in videos,
Hmm.
but realistically, you have no proof to that
No, there's no proof to that.
whatsoever.
None. Now, I will say there are some people whose reviews have been more, not positive, but like sets that weren't good from a community standpoint, like not just a couple of people. Like there have been sets in the past that were not good sets.
Hmm.
And we've seen reviews from ambassadors who said it was a good set,
Hmm.
or they were kind of just promoting it to promote it.
Or or at least try to lessen the blow and be like, it's not the
Exactly.
best, but it's not that bad. Like
Right. And after like
again,
seeing
there's
that
that.
multiple times, after seeing that multiple times of like seeing a set like, oh, that's not so bad, that's not so bad, that's not so bad, that's not so bad, without any like negative or criticism on the set itself, on
Hmm.
multiple sets, that's where I can see the perception from the community standpoint being frustrated with some of the ambassadors. Because like if you see someone who's saying, oh, it's not that bad, it's not that bad, it's not that bad, without ever really seeing any of the negative things, that would make me question a little bit. Because like personally, I used to watch reviews all the time.
Hmm.
I don't anymore because they were all the same. There was no point into it, which brings us back to the Death Star, as you mentioned earlier. After the reveal from Lego, all the ambassadors threw out their reviews of it, and
Sure.
like there's there was a lot of reason, and most would consider them all saying more of the same thing in every single video, with minor differences here and there. And I think that's where the frustration from the community is valid in the sense that if you hear the same thing from the person over and over and over, it's hard to believe what they're saying if they're just going to say, "Oh, it's not that bad."
But even still, even if they are saying those things, that's still not proof to
No, it's not
I'm doing
proof.
this because Lego wants me to. That's
Mhm.
not what it is. Because we've seen creators that are still a part of the Ambassador Network to
Mhm.
this day harshly critique certain sets and remain in the program. Perfect example of this. This was back a couple months back. The when the Republic Juggernaut came out,
Ah,
Solid Brick Studios, David Hall, he got his hands on it early, and he did not don't buy this. Said it in his video. He had many points of critique, and in his following video where he did like a fan Q&A, somebody asked him, "Were you kicked out of the Ambassador Network for talking bad about the Juggernaut?"
that's
And
just
his
ridiculous.
response was no. In fact, what he went on to say there was that the Ambassador Network and Lego themselves welcomes criticism. They want to hear the criticism because it helps them make their products better. Whether or not you believe that or not is up to you. You can decide that for a fact. However, he went about his review of the Juggernaut by criticizing the aspects of it
Hmm.
and saying in the end, he did not believe it was worth the $160 price tag and encouraged people to not buy it unless it was
Hmm.
on a heavy discount.
Right. Which
There's
is
nothing
what should
wrong with
happen.
that.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's what should happen. And I'm just going to go off on a little tangent here. I think a big thing within the community that should be more well known, like everybody thinks, oh, I'll just leave a review on the Lego website and that'll make it where sets like this don't happen. That's not the case. Like we learned recently that leaving reviews on the website doesn't really do a whole lot.
Yeah,
It's the QR code on the
they
back of the
they
set
look more at the
instructions.
surveys from the instruction manuals.
They
Yeah,
look at the surveys because it's from a person that actually bought the set. Leaving a
correct.
review on the website's not going to do anything. Anybody can leave a review on the website. It's
Hmm.
if you bought the set, like I hope ambassadors do this because like they have the sets. If they really don't like a set, they actually do the review. I don't know if that's as well known to the Lego community.
Well, what some people may not know is that the ambassadors, a lot of these ambassadors request what sets they want to get.
Some
Lego
they get,
doesn't
some they don't.
Lego doesn't just give you everything. You have to like put requests in for I would like to be able to get and receive ABCD sets, whatever, and be
And
good.
I've heard like sometimes that's not the case. Like some you can ask for a set, it doesn't mean you're going to get it.
Correct.
Sometimes you're going to get it. Like some, I think if I've heard correctly, that they're given sort of like a list of what they can choose from, and then they
You
go from there.
there's that, and they're also given a like basically a
An allowance.
an allowance, a cap
Mhm.
as to how much in free items you can get. But again, that information is from a little while ago. It may not be as accurate today, so
Right.
don't take that. Just take that with as what it is.
But I think
That's how we were aware it
as
to
of
be
right
exacting at
now,
some point.
like with the Death Star, I don't know how many
A
of those
lot
were
of
sent
people
out.
got it.
I don't know how many people got it, but it's $1,000 set, not including tax, which
Hmm.
is huge in itself. Let's just say, for argument's sake, it went out to 100 people.
Hmm.
That's $100,000 right there
Now,
that Lego quote unquote gave away. But in a sense, they didn't give it away because it's their form of marketing. It's their
correct.
way of promoting their set, of getting out
Now,
like, hey, look at this set.
let's also look at it from this perspective as well. If you sit there, like all of the noise
Hmm.
about the LAN is coming from people that don't like the Death Star
Hmm.
and are taking it out on those that do like the Death Star.
Right. Which isn't fair.
That doesn't mean that everybody on Earth doesn't like the Death Star, because some
Mhm.
people do think it's a pretty good set. It's a pretty good build.
I mean, we
I
talked about this in our episode
I got
about the
to
Death
see
Star.
it in person today at the Lego
Oh,
store when they wheeled it out, and the Lego store employees, they let us kind of like mess with it a little bit and kind of
really?
well the play features work. It was
Oh,
it was pretty fun. It was
okay.
And when I sit there and I listen to the designer interview where he talks about, why was the set done this way? And he talks about we designed it in a way so it would fit on a shelf nicely or whatever. And I sat there and went, you know what? I get that. Like I totally understand that. And for me, I'm sitting there going, this set is not one I will buy for $1,000, but I
Hmm.
can totally see how somebody would be like, I see the value in this and I will purchase it. Those people, like me, or the people who like the set and want it, are not going on to
Hmm.
reviews for land members and commenting with, this is awesome, thank you, like whatever. Like they're just liking the video and moving on.
Right. And I
Or
think
or they already know they're going to want it and buy it, so they're not watching reviews because
true.
I remember in my own head, it's the people who don't like it that are going crazy. And I think part of the issue with this recently is the Juggernaut, the Republic Juggernaut, got absolutely review bombed on Lego.com.
Hmm.
And I think now people are going to, I wouldn't be surprised if this Death Star starts getting review bombed on Lego.com, because I
Hmm.
think people are going to be like, if we do it enough, we can get what we want from them. It's like, that's not going to work.
And like that's the biggest
Mob mentality.
mob mentality. Like what's so unfortunate, and like going to school for accounting, like being in like the business world for a few years, one of the biggest things that I've learned is people unfortunately talk more about negativity than positivity. If you go to get your car fixed, right?
Mhm.
And they did a horrible job, you're going to tell 10 people about it. If you go to a mechanic and you get your car fixed and they did a good job, you're not as likely to tell as many people for some reason. I'm not sure where that is or like why our society is like that, but like
Mhm.
people want not want to see, but like they'll tune in to see something negative versus something positive.
You're
And what it
you're
boils
more
down
inept
to,
you're more inept to see someone go out of their way to talk crap about something than go out of
exactly.
their way to be like, this was great.
And
all the
anybody who
time.
says this is great, people are like, oh, no, you're lying. Like
Hmm.
we're living in such a negative society right now, especially within Lego. There have been so many times where people I feel like are just being negative to be negative.
Hmm.
And we talked about this in our Death Star video, so link in the description.
Hmm.
Like ultimately, like with the Death Star for me, I forget who said it, but someone said it's a great set for what it is. It's a horrible set for what people were expecting slash wanting.
Correct. And I think that's the problem is a lot of people wanted something different and didn't get it.
Mhm.
And now they're taking it out on people that
Well,
got
they
their
didn't
hands
want
on it.
something
They're like,
different. They wanted the same thing. They wanted the sphere again.
they
And
wanted
like I understand
no,
trying something different.
they wanted a ball with panels so it was enclosed.
See, now that would be cool, but also I don't know how that A, how you display that. B, that's gonna be more expensive than $1,000 if it was to this scale.
This fits on a bookshelf.
Mm,
This fits on a bookshelf.
I don't
It's
know.
it was designed with a bookshelf in mind.
Okay, I can sort of see that, but I
Like
feel like I
that's
feel
what
like
the
we're kind of getting off track with sticking with the Death Star. Like I want to get back to the community versus land, like perspective and reality
I
of it all.
I want to make a comment quick and make a quick statement
Please do.
that we should have made at the beginning of this. If you think it's okay to go onto someone's YouTube account or Instagram or TikTok or whatever and just personally attack them for liking a set that they received, go stick it where the sun doesn't shine and don't come back here. I'm just saying that now. If you're one of those people and you're watching this and you think that's okay, please unsubscribe from us. I don't want you a part of our
If you're
community.
being negative
Get
to be
lost.
negative, if you're being negative for no reason, like why? What
It,
purpose does that serve? Like I understand some people think trolling is fun. Why?
if
What pleasure does it give you?
if you legitimately are one of those people that's like, I'm going to attack someone because they like something that I don't, go away. You are totally unproductive. You are not helping anything, and it's completely disgusting and not necessary.
What's I
That's just
think
how I
a
see
big
it.
thing for me is I can understand frustration with certain things. Like if this is not like if you can't afford the Death Star, I'm sorry you can't afford it. If you really want it, like this, I'm gonna sound so like weird saying this, but like dig in and like work towards it so you can afford it. If you really want the set, work for it. If you don't want the set, don't criticize someone else for wanting the set. If you
Correct.
really don't like the set, that's fine. Say you don't like it, move on. Don't criticize someone else for liking it.
Yep.
Don't Everyone should be able to have their own opinion. Don't force your opinion onto someone else. Because like you and me, you think the set's good. I don't think you would say it's the best set of all time, but you're not gonna say it's the
No.
worst. It's
I
good.
said
It's
in
a
our
good
video,
set.
I'd give it a B. I'd give it a B.
For me
For what
personally,
it is, it's pretty good.
it's not a set I'm ever gonna buy,
Neither will I.
and I think $1,000 is a bit of a reach for a toy because that's what like it boils down to. Lego is a toy company, but I'm not gonna go and shout at somebody for wanting to buy this. I'm like, if you want to buy it, you do you. You go spend $1,000 on a Death Star. I'm gonna spend $1,000 over the course of like 2 or 3 months and
Mhm.
buy the Bugle and yes, the Hulkbuster.
No,
But you shouldn't. Everyone should be entitled to their own opinion. Don't force your opinion on someone else's.
yeah, like perfect example. Everybody who's like, "Oh, everybody in LAN is just glazing it." Well, no,
No,
because David
some
Hall,
are,
Solid
some aren't.
Bricks, in his review literally said he said it was a tough recommendation. He basically only he said I will only recommend it if you can get past and stomach some of the um what's the word? Not critiques. If you can get past some of the compromises that the Lego
Hmm.
designer said they had to make for that set. If you can get past those, he said, go ahead. You should he goes, I think you should get it
Hmm.
because you'll probably enjoy it. He goes, but if you can't, pass. Danny Bob, when she reviewed it, said, I don't think you should buy this. And she stated her reasons, and there it was. And I'm like, okay, great. Like, there are people in LAN who are not just like, I love
Right.
this. Everything's amazing. It's worth it. Like, that's not what the LAN is.
Mm-mm.
But that's what people are trying.
That's the biggest perception right now.
That's what this loud majority of fans is trying to make everybody else believe the LAN is about, but it's not correct. Now, flipping gears to look at the LAN and how some of those people have been responding. So some of those, we've seen responses
Hmm.
countless over the last few days, from people in the land and those who are not defending the people who did get it for free.
Hmm.
Um, I think the response of some of the people who are getting it are just mad that my opinion does not match theirs. That is a completely valid point.
Right.
You're not everyone is going to agree with your opinion. I think the new Arkham Asylum is awesome. Other people don't. That's great. That's
Yeah. That's exactly what I mean.
The world will
You have your
continue to
opinion, they
spin
have
regardless of
theirs.
the fact that we all don't agree on everything. Like that's fine.
You have your opinion, they have theirs. Agree to disagree and move on.
How about this? You have your opinion and I have mine, and we're still here 59 episodes in. So,
Yeah, Marvel's better.
well, God, now we're gonna start duking it out. But so I think like the point of you're just mad that I like it
Hmm.
and you don't, and you want me to agree with you, and you think that I am wrong for
Hmm.
recommending this. Yes, that's
Hmm.
100% of valid criticism
Agreed.
from those in the Ambassador Network.
Now, I kind of want to flip it a little bit to where the critiques of Lan are valid.
Hmm.
So, not even the Death Star. I remember back when I don't remember the name of the set, the Zelda set, the Deku Tree.
Hmm.
There were people who reviewed it who mispronounced so many aspects of Zelda.
Hmm.
They didn't know the background of Zelda. They didn't do the research on it. And that's where I can see the frustration being valid from the community. Like, if someone is a huge Zelda fan and they see somebody who is not a Zelda fan reviewing the set and
Hmm.
butchering everything about it, and like, all right, perfect example. If I am a big hockey fan, if
Hmm.
I saw somebody reviewing a hockey set and they were just butchering it, they didn't know any of the rules of hockey, they can't name any of the teams, any of the players. As a hockey fan, I'm gonna be frustrated that somebody who's not a hockey fan got that set for free because one, they didn't do the research or not doing their job.
Hmm.
Two, they don't appreciate the set that they have. Like to me, if we got like a Boston Bruins Lego set, I'd lose my mind because I'm a huge Boston Bruins fan. It would be frustrating to see somebody not appreciate what they got. And I feel like that perception, while it might not be 100% accurate, in some cases it is. Like the perfect, like going back to the Zelda set with the Decker Tree, I saw people make comments like there are Zelda channels, not Lego specific, that Lego theoretically could have sent the sets to, and they could have reached a whole new market. They could have
Hmm.
reached a wider community of non-Lego fans and bring them in with the Zelda set. But instead, they stick within their land and their Lego Ambassador Network, which is what they're supposed to do because that's what marketing is. That's what the Lego Ambassador Network is for. They send it to their ambassadors to promote the set. Now, shame on those land members for not doing the proper research and promoting and like not promoting, but like getting their research right. And actually, when you say something about a set, you can actually properly back up with information or pronounce the names
Hmm.
correctly.
I also look at one of the other critiques that a lot of people have been giving towards the land is you are getting a set that is $1,000 for
Hmm.
free. Like this is
That's a
kind of
big deal.
it's a big deal. They're being these members are being accused of being corporate shills for Lego that are there to just push the fact that they want you to
Hmm.
buy $1,000 set. There are points in that I agree with and disagree with to an extent.
Yes.
Number one, the Ambassador Network, they are not corporate shills. However, however, they are part of the Lego Ambassador Network.
Hmm.
They are a brand ambassador for Lego the company. To an extent, your content needs to remain within the brand values that Lego
Hmm.
has, or you do not remain an ambassador, a
While
brand
they're not
ambassador.
necessarily employees, there's a working relationship between Lego and the Lego ambassadors.
Bingo. So if you're looking for these guys to sit here and take a fat steaming dump on this set because you think they should because it's bad and they don't, that's mostly due in part because if they are going to criticize something, they need to do so in a professional manner.
Exactly. They
On the
can
flip,
criticize it, but professionally, like actually give valid points for every single critique. Not just say, "Oh, that's horrible. Get rid of it. Don't ever do this again." No, like give factual reasons.
I can do that because they don't send me free stuff. And guess what? I'll say it all the time. Don't buy this because it stinks. And I
Yeah,
don't
we
have to
can
tell you
say
why it
that.
stinks. I'll just tell you it stinks and be done with it.
Give me a set
Now,
that stinks besides the Juggernaut or
and
an endgame battle.
Civil War Airport Battle. I will always have an Iron Man car. I'm just saying Marvel sets right now.
Thanks.
327 battle pack. So I sit here and I also go, the defense also of we are like we're just creators like you guys. We're just
Mhm.
coming out here and making content based off of these sets that we have is right, but also wrong.
They didn't buy the set.
You didn't buy the set. So inherently, your review or your coverage of the said set, if you're reviewing it and making a recommendation, is always going to be inherently flawed. So not flawed, inherently biased
Yes.
if you do not spend your own money to buy. If I buy something,
Hmm.
if I like I spent my hard-earned $300 today on Arkham Asylum.
Hmm.
If I tell you that that set is worth it. You should buy it. It was
Hmm.
like I spent $300 and I got my money's worth. Damn it! Like
Hmm.
it's
Hi, Elmo.
on the flip side
Yes.
to that, that has more weight to someone who was just
Hmm.
given it and reviewed it and said,
Exactly.
"I think this is great. You should," because they have less skin in the game than someone who
Hmm.
did to buy it.
Well,
Which is
I'll say
like,
this.
for
Can I add to that?
yes,
You and me have a set that we both are going to have very different perspectives of for two
mhm,
reasons. The Avengers Tower. You bought yours outright
yeah,
and you love it, right?
I love mine. I love Avengers Tower.
For me, it took years for me to get this set because I wanted to buy a Lego set. Well, actually, no, not really buy it. I want to get a Lego set for almost nothing with VIP points. It
Mhm.
took me years to accumulate the points needed to get that set for $1.08 because of tax.
But you know what though? But
But the
here,
work that I put into it, it made it mean so much more to me that I was able to purchase that set with all of the work that I put like all the I mean obviously I bought a bunch of other sets to get to
and
that point to get that set for
and
free.
that's what I want to say is you still had to buy
Right, I
sets to
bought other
get
stuff.
those points,
I
and then
worked
you,
my butt off to get every
yeah,
single set to be able to buy that set for near nothing.
hmm
And like anybody I talk to about like what do I think is the one of the best Lego sets, I'm gonna say that. And there's weight behind it because of how hard I worked to get that set.
like
Now, if someone was given it, it's like you said, it's harder to fully believe them because they don't got skin in the game.
I don't even think it's believe them. It's their
Taking it
both
seriously.
their recommendation has inherent bias
Hmm.
attached. That's the problem.
Hmm.
And like perfect example, if I'm on the fence about a set and I'm not sure if I want to get it or not, one, 9 times out of 10 for me, what that means is I shouldn't buy it. If I'm even considering not buying it, I probably shouldn't. However, there are a few people I will go to for reviews to watch to get a better look at something and see how
Hmm.
it is. One of those people is Jang. And I think Jang is widely regarded as the best reviewer in the game because he goes out and buys every single set he gets and reviews it and then either donates it or something afterwards. Then he makes the money back for that set on the
Hmm.
review. His During his thought video for the Death Star where he talked about it, he exclaimed that he was not going to be buying it because he said
Really?
he said my thoughts about the Death Star are in this video. I don't need to buy it, mostly because there's 59 other reviews that came out the day the thing happened, and for him, buying it a month later and getting his review out doesn't make any sense because
Hmm.
I'm going to spend $1,000 reviewing a set that everyone's already seen reviews for, and me putting my 2 cents in doesn't
Not to
make sense.
mention $1,000. He's not gonna buy $1,000 set that everyone's just gonna review by him anyways. And like for me, I
I
used
don't
to
think he's concerned
watch.
about that.
Well, I mean, if you think about it, people's minds are gonna be made up by the time he gets to set. So
But
like for me personally, I used to watch reviews all the time because they were different. But it got to a certain point, probably around honestly around COVID,
Mhm.
which I think we'll get to our last point. Around COVID is when all the reviews started getting very cookie cutter, very similar. There really wasn't much to differentiate
Yeah.
anymore. And I'm like, why am I going to watch? Because I used to watch like four different channels for reviews, and I don't watch anything for reviews anymore unless it's a set I'm on the fence about. And even then, I don't watch it. I'll talk to people that I know who I know have similar interests to me.
And and also just going back to Jan quickly and finishing that
Yeah.
point, the fact that he's like, it's not worth it to me to buy this and review it. I
That
don't see the
speaks
value
volume.
here. That speaks volume for Jang.
Huge,
It's
because he's
huge.
known to
The
buy every
fact that
set.
Jang, who pretty much used to review everything, has effectively like stopped because of the fact that it's like it's just not worth it for him.
No,
Like he doesn't see the value in it enough to buy it and review it. So that's basically his review.
that's his review. That's
There you go.
if the guy who buys every single set to review is not buying it, that's a statement in itself.
Yes.
But like you said, there's so many people doing reviews. Like as soon as it was revealed, all the reviews came out. Why would he? There's no point in
Yeah.
doing a review of a set that a bunch of other people are doing, which I don't know if there's any other points you want to make besides the last one we want to make.
I have a couple I want to make real
Yeah,
quick.
bring those up because like you know the one I want to end on.
Yeah, I have one I want to end out as well.
Oh,
Then I'm going to take this in a different direction here. Well, one of the responses I saw to a lot of the heat coming towards the Ambassador Network members is, one of the responses from the Ambassador Network was from Shy, who you and I both love to death.
yeah.
Got to meet Shy in Chicago. He's an awesome dude. Um, his response was this community is supposed to be inviting and creative and supporting one another with our different builds and whatnot. And in this case, you have people who are tearing down and personally attacking certain creators.
Hmm.
It is totally uncalled for. He is 100% correct in saying that. I
100%
will agree
correct.
with, like, I really don't care what disagreements you have. If you're going to sit there and personally attack somebody, go away. Shove it where the sun doesn't shine. I
There's
don't care.
no need to criticize. That's what I love about Lego because there's such a wide network of people, of themes especially. There are a number of different fans. There are Star Wars fans, there are Ninjago fans, Minecraft fans. Lucky with Ideas, there's a whole bunch of other fans for stuff that we never even dreamed of. There's Jurassic Park fans, there's
Mhm.
Voltron, there's Botanical, Marvel, DC, futurely with Pokemon. Like there's so many different people in here. There's gonna be themes that I don't like that someone else does, and that's perfectly fine. I'm not a fan of Ninjago. I'm not going to criticize somebody for liking Ninjago.
No, you'll just do it with Lego Dreams instead. No, I'm kidding.
Is this when you play the clip of me saying I hate dreams?
Hashtag can't hate dreams. Anyways, like another good point here
Hmm.
is if you disagree with someone's opinion, like let's say you're going on and you watch, I don't know, Emmasaurus review a set or something. If she reviews a set and says she likes it, and you go under her comment section and say, I disagree with this point because that's fine.
Yeah, give a reason.
Because you're
Back it
giving a
up.
reason. If you respond with this set sucks, I don't like you're wrong, this set's bad.
Or what I'm seeing a lot
Great.
lately,
Why? Tell me
they
why.
say, this set sucks and so do you. Why
No.
does it have to
No
be
reason for that.
both? There's none.
Again, this is
Everybody
just
is entitled to their
theoretical.
opinion. All
Don't
right,
attack
theoretical.
Emmasaurus. I love her
No,
to
please
death.
don't.
She's such a fun person.
Yes,
And her baby's cute too.
but
Congratulations
like,
to the Sauruses. Like literally, like
yeah,
you guys are out. Congratulations on the
seriously.
baby.
They probably will never see this, so.
No, no, we'll never see it.
But like with Shy and with Emmasaurus, like with perfect examples, like there are two people that are genuinely kind and they are a huge bright spot in the Lego community. The fact that like Shy, I saw like he had to defend his reasonings for stuff like he shouldn't have to defend it. He's entitled to his
No,
opinion. We're entitled to ours.
correct.
He loves Castle. I'm not
Boom,
as into Castle. Cool. You have your
boom.
thing. I have my thing. Awesome. It makes the Lego
Now,
community bigger.
here's a question I want to pose to you before you get to your
Me?
last point.
Yep.
Yes, because this question was posed to me this morning while I was waiting in line at the Lego store with our good friend My Bricks and me, Gina. Gina asked me, do you think the negative response and the thoughts and feelings being directed towards the Ambassador Network members would be the same if this $1,000 set was any other theme but Star Wars?
Ooh.
And my answer to that was
Ooh, wait.
definitely would be different. I 100% believe that would be different because the Lego Star
Huh.
Wars fan base is incredibly opinionated.
Some are, not all,
Incredibly.
some.
There's like two camps,
Hmm.
and you're either in one or you're not in one. And those two camps vigorously bicker back and forth. And like that is a thing. There is not many people, like there's people who agree to disagree with one another, But for the
Hmm.
most part, there is opinions about certain things about Lego Star Wars. Like I don't want to. I don't
Helmet
want to.
holes.
Helmet holes, waist capes, things like that. Like I'm a person, I'm in the waist cape boat of they should just be here. I don't get why they're gone. It's a
Mhm.
stupid thing to not have. It like the minifigures objectively look worse without them. I agree with that. The helmet holes,
I
I
will
don't.
argue for the wastegate just a tangent. I think they got rid of because then you can't really use the minifigs like to sit in a vehicle.
Then take them off. Like it's not that
But then
hard.
there's no cape.
Who cares? Like I don't. It gives you
I'm
the
just
option to have it or not
I'm
have it.
giving an
Yeah, like
example. Like that's what happens.
yeah, like the helmet holes. I don't care. They're
See,
there.
we have
I don't give a flying you know what that they're in there. Like it doesn't matter
see,
to me.
this is what it should be. We had a conversation. You think one way, I don't think another way, but I just giving you another point to think about, like
Yes.
why they think that way.
Uh, I think the point of the question was there really is not another Lego themes fan base, like a fan base of a certain Lego theme that has there's really isn't one that has such an insane mob mentality and such strong feelings that are outwardly projected
Huh.
regarding their sets than the Lego Star Wars community. And I think she made a very good like that question is huge. Like if this was a Harry Potter set, if it was like $1,000 Hogwarts,
Well, here's what
would
I think would
people be
happen in that
complaining about it
sense.
this much? I don't think so.
So here's what here's well to answer your question, there is yes, I agree because it's Star Wars, this is why it's happening.
Mhm.
And I definitely don't think there is another theme that would act this way, where the fans
Mhm.
would act this way. A big reason I think Star Wars is the longest running IP within Lego, if I'm not mistaken.
One of the longest, yeah.
One of, if not the longest non-Lego IP
I think it's
Lego
Shell
theme.
now, actually.
Is Shell even still considered a theme?
It's on like it's on a bunch of the like F1 cars and like Speed Champion cars. So it's
Yeah, but
still
it's not like
technically
it's not they haven't been routinely getting sets.
no, but that IP is still being used, is what I'm
Right, it's still
saying.
being used, but like what I'm saying is like Star Wars has had a wave or they've had sets every single year since it's released.
Since 1999.
Marvel has been around since 2012 with a small thing in 2000s. Batman had the mid 2000s and they had DC in 2012. Harry Potter had the early 2000s. They took a break, then they came back. Star Wars is the
Took another break
longest
and came back.
running theme of an IP. So with that, you have loyal fans. I can not understand. That's where I think it's coming from. So I think you and Gene are 100% right that if it was not a Star Wars set, all this wouldn't be happening. But also, I don't know if there would be another theme that could theoretically do $1,000 set.
Absolutely, you're right. I'm just spinning out the
No,
example
I
of
appreciate it.
if this was another like if this was another like an icon set or something like that that was $1,000 or it
Hmm.
was just something like
You know what?
the example she gave me was if this was a $1,000 supersized Hogwarts castle, would people be as adamantly upset? And I think my
And here's my
response to that,
answer.
yes.
What I think would happen, there would be those that would be annoyed by it, like the Harry Potter fans. Some Harry Potter fans would be annoyed by it. Some would be like, I'm buying because I'm a huge Harry Potter fan. And the non-Harry Potter fans would not care. Where I feel like with the Death Star, you have the Star Wars fans that are pissed off, the Star Wars fans that like it, and then the Star Wars fans that really like it. But then you have all the other fans that are chiming in as well.
Yep.
I feel like if it
Like
was any other theme, there wouldn't be a huge reaction because if it was $1,000 Hogwarts, if it was me, I could care less
yeah.
because I enjoy Harry Potter. I've watched the movies, never read the books. I have all the characters I could want from this with the sets that I did get. I don't
Mhm.
need any more. So that's $1,000 I can save.
But like if they were like her point, if this was a $1,000 supersized Hogwarts,
Hmm.
would people be this up in arms over it? I don't think they would be.
I
Because
mean,
I think the
again,
problem is
it depends how the set's built. Because like that's what the
sure,
big thing is with the Death Star.
but you don't see Harry Potter fans throwing massive fits
No.
or being so strongly opinionated on what like this is not here, everything bad. This
Hmm.
is here, everything bad. Like you know what
Right.
I mean? Like it,
And there's Star Wars fans in the Ambassador Network and in the community, like on both sides. Some are
Mhm,
really like you really want to listen to get their viewpoint, some you don't. And then in
mhm.
the community, there's some people you really don't want to hear from because you know they're so toxic. And
But
there's
again,
some that you really want to listen to because they just love Star Wars.
but that also comes down to personal preference as well. Like
Exactly.
somebody might think, oh, I hate this. I hate that guy. I don't like his content. But then go, I like this person's content. I think it's great. And then somebody else has the exact opposite. Like realistically, what this discussion comes down to is
Hmm.
you are entitled to your own opinion.
Exactly.
If you disagree with somebody, disagree constructively. Do not disagree with
Hmm.
threats or harassment or whatever, or just screaming into the void.
Hmm. Back it
Back
up.
up your opinion with a fact, with
Hmm.
evidence. We
Yes.
all went through middle school and high school. We all wrote essays and DBQs and stuff. If
Thank you,
you're
Mr.
good at making
Stressing.
art, if you're good at making an argument,
Hmm.
back it up
Yes.
with a fact.
And if you have an opinion and someone disagrees with it, or you disagree with someone else's opinion, don't make your opinion their opinion. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion.
Hmm.
Don't shove it down. Don't shove your opinion down someone's throat. Tell someone, hey, you and me can have a conversation. You like the Death Star. I'm not the big fan of it. I'm not going to shove the fact that I don't like it down your throat. You're not going to shove the fact that you like it. But then again,
No,
we're kind of both lukewarm on the set. Like I'm more
I think it's
towards not a
fine.
fan of it. You're more towards liking it, but like, you're not going to go out and buy it. So like
No,
that's
like I said in the other video, I think it's fine.
you know
There's for
what? Go
me,
back to the
there's
Arkham. You love it. I'm not the
Arkham I
hugest
love.
fan of it, but you're not going to criticize me for not being a fan of it, and I'm not going to criticize you for loving it.
No, and that's I think that what the problem is here is I think part of the issue here is that the people who are so strongly anti-Death Star are the
Hmm.
ones that are speaking up.
Hmm.
The ones who like the Death Star are just kind of keeping their mouths shut.
Because they
And
don't
then
want to get
those,
attacked, but also
and
like they
those,
don't care
not
enough.
even that. They don't feel the need to because they're just excited for it, and that's the end of it. Like, okay, cool,
And people's
whatever.
minds are already made up. Like, why would someone praise the Death Star when one they know that there's gonna be people that already don't like it and you're not changing their mind.
Mhm.
Like there's no point in saying, "Oh, I like the set," because all it's gonna do is get people criticizing you for liking it. Why would you say anything at that point?
Yeah. The last point I think we want to discuss also is
So, yeah, I think the biggest, not the biggest reason, but like one of the big reasons why there's such frustration and like I don't know if this is the answer to all the problems we talked about before, like literally minutes before we started recording,
Mhm.
is the sheer size of the Ambassador Network.
Yeah. Like
There's
I
too
remember when it
many.
was like a handful of people
Hmm.
and like the people that covered like Star Wars got sent Star Wars stuff, and the people
Hmm.
that covered Harry Potter got sent Harry Potter stuff. People that covered superheroes got sent superhero stuff. And now it gets tricky because you have
Hmm.
people in the network in the ambassador in the LAN that collect more than one theme.
Hmm.
So like look at my room, perfect example. Like I have the Ghostbusters firehouse with the Transformers with the Jurassic Park gate with a whole shelf full of Batmobiles, and then there's the Marvel City over there, and it's like I collect a whole bunch of
And
stuff.
then there's me with Marvel behind me. I got Star Wars over there, Brickhead's there, Disney here, Lord of the Rings, Classic Space,
Hmm.
DC, Cars, ideas. Like I think what's happened within the Ambassador Network as well as Lego itself post COVID,
Hmm.
a lot of new fans came in,
Yep.
and then a lot more people joined LAN because there was a wider audience. So they need to
Yep.
reach out to more people. So they need more ambassadors to reach that. That was both good and bad. What ends up happening is if I don't know how many people are in LAN. Let's just say, I don't know. I'm not going to give an example because I don't know. I don't want to give a wrong number. Let's just say 100 Death Stars went out for free.
Hmm.
One, not only is that $100,000 that was just kind of given away,
Hmm.
but you're going to get 100 reviews of the same set.
Yeah.
One, not many people, no one's going to watch every single review. That's just not going to happen. And it kind of defeats the purpose of promoting the set because it's oversaturating the market. Because like you said, you have a few specific people you watch reviews. You're not going to watch like if there's 50 reviews out and you have your four that you watch,
Hmm.
those other 46 are a waste to you. Now they not be a waste to someone else. Like for me, I stopped watching reviews. One, because there was so many, it was just the same thing over and over and over. And
Hmm.
I'll be honest, I stopped watching some reviews because I thought they were, I figured they were being influenced by bias for getting the set for free.
Hmm.
Now, having learned a little bit more, some do, some don't, in my opinion. Some
Hmm.
do let the bias influence them, which it's natural. If you get something for free, you're gonna want to promote it because like, hey, I got it for free. But
Yeah.
like you're not taking the perspective of other people not getting it for free.
Hmm.
But what ends up happening is it's such an oversaturated market now. There are people who got the Death Star who probably don't really even care about the Death Star, but they do the review and they give their critique on it, and like that's good and bad. Because like now you can watch somebody who is a huge Star Wars fan get their perspective, what they think of it
Hmm.
as a Lego Star Wars set. You send it to somebody who's not a Star Wars fan, they can essentially review it as a non-Star Wars fan. So like they're reviewing it as a Lego set themselves. They'll focus on the play features, the structure. They're not focusing on the characters, on the landscape. Like they're focusing on the building techniques, the number of pieces, the sheer size of it. Like you're getting two different perspectives. But there's so many ambassadors now. It's like when does it end? Like it's the
I,
same thing over and over and over.
I think my big problem with the sheer size that the LAN has gotten to is the problem of the LAN has effectively killed off the review.
Yeah, honestly,
And
that's a
that might be
great
a
way to
hot
put it.
take, but I'm
That's
gonna throw this out
no,
there right
that's
now.
so right.
Like, let me put it this way. The fact that some people have don't do reviews anymore is because the minute a damn set gets revealed, there's 50 reviews for it because the LAN
Yes.
members got it a week beforehand. They got it built, they got the review done, they got it
Hmm.
prepped and ready to go. And the minute the review happens, now here it is.
And you know what it's gonna
There's the
do
review.
now?
Boom, there it
You
goes.
know
Bam.
exactly what it's gonna do now. The fact that there's so many people in land and they do the reviews right, like you said, 50 reviews went up right away as soon as it was revealed.
Hmm.
They're not going to get any new ambassadors because no one's going to do a review of the Death Star to get their foot wet in the to try and be a part of the Lego Ambassador. They're not going to get anybody new
Well,
because it's so oversaturated. So like no one's going to even try to be a part of it
it's not
because
even
what's the
that.
point?
It's why would I review this set after I bought it on a release
Hmm.
day when 55 other people got it for free a month beforehand,
Hmm.
built it, reviewed it, it's already been up for a month. My review is not like if I'm trying to make content and be a content creator, I'm not doing that's why we don't do reviews on this channel
No,
because it makes no sense for us to review
we
sets
even
that the
tried doing
ambassadors have
reveals.
already had for probably for forever.
Remember
And
we
then
tried
some,
doing reveal videos at the beginning of the channel and like
but
they
it's
were some of the
not
worst ones.
but it's not a knock on the ambassador network. It's
No, it's
just
not.
I think it's both a good thing and a bad thing.
Oh, it is. Well,
It's
like,
it's a good thing because the fact that the LAN members get these sets
mhm,
and review them early means that newer creators have to be a little more creative with the content they make to
mhm,
build a following. They're not
exactly.
just, not everyone's doing reviews. On the flip side, some people who would probably end up making really good reviews may end up falling to the wayside and like kind of falling to obscurity or not be having their content be seen
Hmm.
because they're getting their review out way late in the game. Now, you mentioned earlier there are people that I watch reviews for. There are four creators that I watch reviews on regularly. Four. There is David Hall, Solid Brick Studios. There is Danny Bob, love her. Her reviews are great. There is Preston Builds, who I am friends with on Instagram. I go Raiders, baby. The two of us were both Raider fans. So the whole he lives over in the UK. He and his son Preston,
Go
they do great
Bills.
stuff. Love them.
Go Bills.
And Jang. Out of those four, Jang is the only one that doesn't get stuff sent to them for free. That doesn't mean the other reviews are bad. That just
Hmm.
means that there's an inherent thought of remember they got this for free.
Right.
And
And
that's
like,
not a bad
no,
thing.
it's not a bad thing because like Lego's doing as a company, they're doing what they're supposed to do. They're getting their sets out early so it
Mhm.
can help people like
Make an informed decision on whether or
exactly
not they want to purchase it or not.
because seeing pictures on a screen is not going to decide if you buy a set or not. But if
Mhm.
you see somebody actually physically reviewing it a month beforehand, like I kind of want to. Yeah, I could be wrong. Are there reviews out for Pirates of the Caribbean yet?
Yeah,
There are.
yeah. Some people have. Dude, Crispy Bricks has one. It's great. He
See,
does
that's
great stuff. He does. He's a member. I'm pretty sure he's in the Ambassador
I don't
Network
know.
now. Crispy Bricks. I want to say he is. If he's not, I'm sorry. But he got the Black Pearl. He built it, and he did a whole bunch of videos putting it into his Pirates of the Caribbean display, and it was so much fun to see.
Hmm.
If you haven't followed him, go follow him. The guy's great. Met him at Brick Fair. He's awesome.
So I think
But
that's
like,
like what it boils down. Like that's where the ambassador can be good because like it helps people make an informed decision. But now it's getting to a certain point where the negative
the
community takes it and like they turn it into jealousy and negativity. I used to watch reviews. Like I said, I used to watch reviews to know if I should buy a set or not. Granted, me, I'm always going to buy a Marvel set. I'm always going to buy Brickheads, and 90% of the time I'm buying the Disney set. So I don't need to do reviews necessarily anymore. But it would help if there was an option. In some cases, it's hard to because there are so many out there now. There's so many out there that it makes it feel like there's none at all because they're all the same.
Realistically, here's something that people. This is the last point I'm going to make before we start getting ready to wrap up. If you're a member of the Lego community, if you're active, if you are following along with news and updates, if you're watching podcasts like this, if you're following people, are these reviews really for you? No, because you have enough knowledge of Lego and their products and their
Hmm.
past and their present and whatever. You and I,
Yeah.
reviews don't swing us what sets we're going to buy anymore because we are able to make the decisions on whether or not we are going to buy a set or
Huh.
not before once
Wow.
it gets revealed because we just have that knowledge of,
You are
you know
so
what,
right.
I don't. However,
I'm going to prove your point.
these reviews are aimed at people who are not in the Lego community that that are like, this looks cool. Let me look into this to see if it is worth me buying.
I'm going to prove your
That is
point.
who this is for.
I am proving your point right now. When I first started like really getting into it, because like I had my Lego phase when I was younger, and then it kind of died off a little bit. I didn't go into a dark period. I had like a gray period. Near the end of high school, beginning of college, I really got really more into Lego because I got a job. I was able to buy more. That's when I started watching reviews and getting more involved with the community. I started getting to know people
Mhm.
within the community online on Discord chats, on YouTube, and then eventually I joined LAN. Like I used to watch reviews because I wasn't sure, but now having been a part of it, I can make that decision for myself now. So great point, honestly, because it's so true now. I feel more confident in the sets I'm buying because I know what I want, what I don't want. I used to think, oh, I need to get every single Star Wars set 'cause I want to get every single character, but it comes to a point where like
Mhm.
I don't need to because there's some characters I want, some I don't. And I think ultimately what this episode should boil down to, don't be negative just to be negative. If you have an opinion, both back it up
Mhm.
but don't try and make it someone else's opinion your own, or don't make your own opinion be someone else's, and just be nice. Like there's no reason to criticize somebody for their own opinion.
Yes.
Like if you have an opinion, back it up. Don't force your opinion to someone else. And just be nice. Like there's no reason to be negative to be negative.
Mhm.
If you're gonna criticize, back it up.
Yeah, agreed. Also, quick note: Crispy Bricks is part of the land, so I did get that right.
Hmm.
And he's great. Love the guy. We got to meet him at Brick Fair. He was a really fun dude, and hopefully we get to do something with
Oh,
him
I
soon.
loved his Toy Story display.
He had a cool. Hopefully we can work with him at some point because I got some fun ideas we could do with him maybe. But yeah, I think you're summing it up perfectly there. I think 100% like I'm going to take your words and slightly tweak them.
Please do.
It is not okay. It is okay to criticize someone
Agreed.
if you back up your criticism with facts and evidence as to why.
Hmm.
If you just attack someone for having an opinion because they have that opinion, and you just like, I don't like you because you think that way, and you don't give a reason as to like civil disagreement, that's what we need to have. And that's effectively what has I'm not going to say left the community because it still
No.
happened. It's still there. This is what it's the loud majority of people who are just, I
It's
don't like
it's a
this.
loud minority. It's always the smallest
Yeah.
groups that have the
It's
loudest voices.
it's these
Have a
people,
conversation. That's
it,
it.
it's the people who are, I don't like this. I don't like that you think it's okay, and you are telling others to get it. You did not get it for free. You got it for free. You didn't buy it. Therefore, your opinion is wrong. Bite me. That's not okay.
No.
If you say this, if you have a criticism of, you know, I disagree with what you had to say here, this is why, that's totally different. That's
Yeah.
fine.
Have a
That's
conversation. Don't
fine.
yell at each other. Don't discredit someone else's opinion because you don't agree with them.
Correct.
Everyone's entitled to their opinion. You think your way, I think my way. We live our lives. Do I
Mhm.
think the Death Star is a perfect set? No. To me, it's incomplete, and I feel like the back could have improvements. But again, that could have made it more than $1,000. I didn't design it. I'm not a designer, so I
Yeah.
can't have the full information. With that being said, ultimately, just be nice. Don't
Hmm.
be mean to be mean. Don't be a jerk to be a jerk. If you don't like a set, great. Don't like the set. Don't tell someone else not to like the set, or don't criticize someone else for liking the set.
Correct. I think that's a good spot for us to stop here.
Yeah.
This was a very, I liked this
Deep.
episode a
It's,
lot.
it's a deep episode. I feel like we kind of got off on some tangents a little bit, but
It's
necessarily
fine.
so.
It's fine.
And honestly, I want this to be our most viewed episode because I
I hope
want
so.
people to talk, to have a conversation,
Hmm.
and I want it to I want it to reach people so they realize, I don't like it, but maybe I really shouldn't be a jerk about it. Like
Yeah.
if you can turn one person, not change a person's view, but like if we can make a person realize you don't need to be a jerk,
Or
then
to
that's what
realize
matters.
it's okay to not agree with people and be done with it.
You don't have to scream at somebody or type in all
And
caps that
and
someone's
on
stupid.
but on the flip side, it's also the responsibility of the people who do receive these sets for free to understand that one, their opinions do have inherent bias because you refuse
Hmm.
two, you are a brand ambassador.
Yeah,
So what you say is going to be taken with a little bit of, are you really being as truthful? Again,
right.
people are going to think that because you did receive it for free. You
That's the
didn't buy it with
unfortunate
your own
truth.
money.
There's a
It's
lot of
unfortunate.
unfortunate truths. It's how we handle them.
Like, again, we're not going to sit here and say that, oh, because you got it for free, you're a shill. That's not what we're saying. You are a brand ambassador for a company.
Exactly.
Your opinion is going to not be, your recommendation is not going to necessarily be held up as well as someone who bought it themselves.
Hmm.
That's just the reality
And
of
with
how
that
people do
being
things.
said, buy the Avengers Tower.
Yes, buy Avengers Tower. Actually, no, how about this? Buy Arkham Asylum.
Buy Avengers Tower over Arkham.
Screw the Death Star. Buy the Avengers Tower.
Screw
Um,
Arkham. Buy Avengers Tower. I'm saying this without buying the Arkham or the Death Star. Listen to me.
we just went on a whole thing about this, and now you're like,
And this is
screw
what you
this stuff that
don't
I don't
do.
have.
This is what you don't do.
This
This
is the
was a
bit.
play on joke.
Um,
This is a bit. This is when we
Correct.
can laugh now. We're done being serious.
So thank you for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video.
Mhm.
If you are new to the channel, please make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you are notified when all new episodes go live. Episodes of the flagship podcast air every Friday at 2 p.m. Love those.
Mhm.
We also have a current monthly running series called Time Capsule, where we go
We're
back
back
and
to
take a,
monthly now. We're going back to monthly, not weekly.
and August was weekly for a little bit. And we are going back to the monthly mini-series, well, monthly series where we take a look at a retired theme. This month will be a little bit of under this,
Throwback.
a little.
Throwback.
They're all
Don't give it away.
throwbacks.
I
What do you
understand. Well,
mean?
some are more throwback than others. Some are from.
Your hint is this is a little under the sea.
Oh, you give too obvious of hints.
No, I don't. There's a lot of under
Yes,
the
you.
sea. There's a lot of old under the sea themes. So yeah, keep an eye out for that. That'll be up this
Mhm.
upcoming Tuesday, so keep an eye out for that one. That's gonna be fun.
Is it this upcoming?
I'm
Really?
pretty sure.
Oh wow. I'm not used to the third Tuesday being in the middle of the month.
I
Like
know,
I'm used
right?
to like the third Tuesday being like on a 20th or something.
Exactly. So thank you all for watching. We will see everybody in the next episode. Oh wait, you can follow us on Instagram at BrickBoy. You can
Yes.
follow me on Instagram at Langster Builds. Now we will see all of you in the next episode. Have a great night. Happy building.